We're going to update you on the tropics, and I'm starting off with the 5 a.m. advisory. This was significant because it was at 5 a.m. that Helene was officially deemed a tropical storm. It will continue to weaken now that this thing is well inland. It is going to be a big troublemaker in terms of tremendous amounts of rain over western parts of South Carolina into the mountains of North Carolina. Very concerned for communities there, and then eventually back towards portions of Kentucky and Tennessee. It's going to kind of stall around over these areas and produce some more wet weather through the upcoming weekend. As we take a closer look at this, you can see how it's been moving along. It was really moving a little east of the previous track. And again, it came in as a Category 4 hurricane, just a tremendous blow to the Big Bend area just to the southwest of Perry, Florida. And it came in late last evening, making landfall at 11:10 last evening, Thursday night. As you can see, it's been moving off to the northeast. It's turning more to the north now, and it is moving along pretty quickly. But this very heavy rain is about to brush up into the mountains, the southern Appalachians, and that means flooding rain over the mountains there in western North Carolina, and eventually it's going to spill across into Tennessee and up into Kentucky as well. We're going to be watching for this line here to kind of intensify and develop as it works up the coast, eventually through our area this afternoon. There is a risk for isolated tornadoes in the mid-Atlantic from North Carolina up into southeast Virginia. We do have a level 2 threat for severe storms, and I'll talk a little bit more about that in a moment. But I do want to focus here on this heavy rain, Greenville into Asheville. Asheville, you talk about the mountains out there, absolutely gorgeous country. You have the French Broad River, and that river is expecting record flooding with the heavy rain that has already been falling and more rain to come as this system tracks through. This heavy rain is going to extend up into western parts of Virginia as well. Now, as this broad circulation continues into Kentucky and Tennessee, we're also going to be concerned for the Tennessee River Valley and the Ohio River valleys as well. And you think about it, these all kind of feed into the Mississippi and the lower Mississippi Valley. We could have some additional flooding there a little bit later. So we'll have to see how things all play out, but just know that all of this heavy rain has to go somewhere. The rivers and the mountains certainly dealing with flooding and potential even for some landslides. You could have some situations where the water creates a weaker substrate and that land breaks free. So we're going to be monitoring all of this very carefully over the next couple of days. Again, here closer to the coast, the flooding threat is much lower. It's just a level 1 or marginal threat, and we're looking at maybe up to a half an inch or so in terms of rainfall general, but there could be some isolated heavier tropical downpours that come through this afternoon, and if you get one right after another, you could get kind of that training effect where you get some heavier areas, maybe over an inch, inch and a half. So we're going to be watching. There could be some runoff issues. Flood threat, though, greatest over the mountains and then back into Tennessee and Kentucky. Let's take a look at the other areas in the tropics that we are monitoring. We have Helene, of course, in its forecast track. Isaac's in the North Atlantic. This area we've been watching as long as we've been watching the potential development of Helene. It's just taken a lot longer. This one just hasn't gotten its act together. There is a 90% chance, though, it will likely become Joyce, and that may happen later today or certainly over the next day or so. And then we have a new area that just popped up, this one down over the western Caribbean, about a 30% chance of development over the next 7 days. It could develop here or wind up heading into the Gulf of Mexico. So a lot to monitor for you in the tropics. Of course, Helene, the big concern right now, and we will continue to update you right here throughout the day. So stay tuned for more from 13 News Now.